Hello there, guys. I'm just going to wait for a couple of people to come in, and let's see if anyone wants to join us and let us know you're there. As you can see, it's only me tonight, just on the off chance. As I did, I'm doing a little promise to you all. I'm going to wait for some people to come on and let us know that you're watching. So if you are, pop in the comments. Waiting for all our notifications to pop up. So if you are watching, it always takes a couple of minutes for the notifications to go out. So if you are watching, please just let us know that you can hear me and see me, and if everything is okay. I can't see. It's one of them things that it's only me. So I haven't got anything to say that I'm live. So it is. I've got people coming on. So that's lovely. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you for letting me know that you're on. But this week, if you listen to the EGH Paranormal Talk Show, I did say to you I would do a little live during the week just to sort of see if we could get a connection with spirit. People were asking, how do we connect to spirit? How do we communicate with our loved ones? Not to say it's very blasé that we can do it all in an hour, but I'm going to be on here for the next sort of 45 minutes to an hour to sort of help you. And it's only my opinion, okay? It's only my way of doing it. And I'm going to tell you how I connect to spirit and how, if you want to sort of start your little journey into the spiritual world and talk to, want to coin a phrase, the dead. But I'd like to say thank you to all the listeners. I'm only doing it because I'm so used to saying it on the radio, but I'm just live on Facebook tonight. So welcome to all the watchers. I say we can see the lovely Heidi is locked in. Trisha has joined us. So please let us know in the comments. Are you sensitive? Are you interested in connecting with spirit? And we'll sort of start our journeys in to that. You're all ears, Julie. You're very good at this, so you should be well in advance of everything. But no, we're just going to sort of touch on the very much the basics, okay, and things that we can do and and feel when we connect with spirit. And a lot of it is to do with trust, okay? And one of my favourite phrases is trust the process. Some of my listeners and watchers are part of a online circle that we used to run, and I always used to say trust the process, because this is a process. This isn't necessarily something that's going to click just overnight. But it's what I will say to you is that majority of people have had some form of paranormal experience and have had some form of interaction with their loved ones, their guides and their team. Because we can just poo-poo it. We can just do anything that we want to at that point. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do multi things at once, but we're going to start just trying to sort of see where everybody is and trying to get a bit of a team together. And when I say team, I'll always like to say it's your guides, okay? And how that works with you, it works with you. There is no wrong, there is no right to how many guides you have. Some people, the famous Derek Acora had Sam. If you all remember watching Most Haunted, he always used to speak to Sam. So you can have many different guides. I have about 6 main guides that I use for my different types of work. I have a different type of guide for my healing. I have a different guide for when I do the paranormal investigations. I have a different guide when I'm doing things like this. And, when I do my readings, I always have different sort of communication with my team. I like to call them my team because I have a few of them. Now, for every single one of you, you've all had that when you're sitting there and in your peripheral vision, so when we talk about our peripheral vision, it's what we see behind us in the far corner of your eyes. Okay, so if you can imagine this and you're looking sort of behind you, if you look and at that far point, that is the entrance level to spirit. So if you've seen something move and there was nothing there when you turned around, there's a good chance you've experienced seeing spirit. Okay, because that is what happens. Okay, that is when they've got to you, that is your lowest vibration to their highest vibration. Okay, so you've connected. Okay, so that is where your sort of entry level to seeing is. It not happens all the time, but I can guarantee you pretty much everybody has witnessed that at some point. Let me know in the chat if you've witnessed that and experienced that. I'm pretty sure that we've all believed we've heard something in the middle of the night. But the most common one, okay, and I always remember my teacher, the lovely Yvonne Parker. She's no longer with us, but she does still pop to me in spirit every now and again, to sort of give me the little bits I need. And she always used to say, one of the most paranormal experiences when you've got spirit around you is your remote control, your TV remote control. How many times, guys, have you gone to bed, you've placed the remote down on the coffee table or the arm of the chair, the next morning you've got up and it isn't there? It was either moved to the other side of the coffee table, it was either moved to the chair or back to the coffee table. Wherever you left it, it's moved. But you put it down to coincidence that you left it there before you went to sleep or went to bed. Now, there's a good chance that your loved ones popped in and did that and moved that, because it's something is controlled by energy. The batteries in there is energy to them. I know it sounds very stereotypical, but it is. And we've all probably had where we've had photo frames moved or turned around when we know loved ones are there. And the question is, can we hear them? Can we speak to them? I believe we all have the ability. I think it's very wrong, and this is my opinion only. I think it's very wrong when you see famous mediums or these mediums online that say they have the gift, they've been issued this gift. I believe we can all learn this gift. I believe that we're all entitled to earn this gift, because I'm not a selfish person. Why would I be the only one that can connect to spirit? Why would I be one out of many people that can do this? What makes me so important? Nothing. I am no different to any human being, just like yourselves. Thank you, Heidi. Yes, I do. It's nice to have a bit of interaction with you guys. We all have the gift. So yeah, it is. I do believe we all have it. And this is a part of tonight of maybe starting out your little way of communicating. So if you do feel you have a gift, or you want to learn a little bit more, I'm just going to open the door for you guys. There's loads of YouTube videos and YouTube mediums out there that do some great guided meditations, okay, that can meet your guides, can meet your loved ones. Now, I think, and I would love to say to you, is go and use them, because they're perfect, and accept them. Accept them. I can't play you any music because we'll get taken off of Facebook because of the copyright infringements. So if you have any music that you want to play while you're listening to my voice, then please feel free to. Or you just listen, and I'm just going to give you a little couple of minutes sort of insight into the steps that you take, okay? And then maybe what that opens for you, okay? So for everybody who's listening and wants to, or if you're listening to this on a re-record, if you're playing back, just sit there. Find yourself comfortable, okay? Don't do this if you're driving. Please, you shouldn't be listening to this if you're driving anyway, but just sit there, okay? And I just want you to close your eyes, okay? I just want you to close your eyes, and I just want you to release all the energy that you have, okay? And we all get pent up energy. The most important places that I want you to focus on is your shoulders and your brow, your forehead, where we hold the most energy. The most frustrations all come into our shoulders. So when they get heavy, that means you're releasing everything. I want you to release that energy. Just let it go. I want you to think about nothing. Absolute nothing. There's nothing important for the next 5 minutes. The only thing that is important is you. You and your connection with the spirit world. So just sit there and let that world, the universal energy, suck up. You're entitled to it. Just sit there, relax. Let them arms get heavy in your chair. As they get heavier and heavier, you'll find your cheeks will become lighter and lighter. So just sit there, and all together now we find ourselves at the top of the stairs. And as we walk down, we all walk down together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We all get to 5, and there's nothing to worry about. If you do feel of any worry, if you do feel of any pains and aches, box them up. Pop them in a box. Throw them down the river. That's all you need to do. Because they're unwanted thoughts. They're unwanted pain. And it's for you. This time is for you. So as you sit there, and you draw the energy up. Feel your feet firmly on the ground, drawing that energy up. Drawing that energy up. You're entitled to draw the energy up. It's for you to use. And as we go together, 4, 3, 2, and 1, I just want you now to sit there. Sit there and just feel and think. What is around you? If any thoughts come into your head, unwanted thoughts, kick them away. Just kick them away. And then we ask, and you have to give permission. But before we give permission, and even if you don't know them yet, you ask for protection. You ask for your spiritual protection. And I want you all now to imagine that you're placing a dressing gown around you that keeps you safe. It keeps you safe and protected. So imagine you wrapped around you. And now we ask the question. Now we put it towards the spiritual world. To our loved ones and guides, step forward. Let me know you're there. You may feel a tingle. You may feel a shudder. Don't expect to hear. Don't expect anything. Could be your first time. Just sit there and believe. Sit there and trust that your team is now gathering behind you. Sit there and believe and trust. And as you feel it getting stronger and stronger, you now have your team around you. You may not feel this. You may not need to feel this for a moment. You may not hear. Don't expect to hear. Don't expect anything. And just for a couple of minutes, enjoy the energy. Ask them to do something. Touch your right shoulder, your left shoulder. Make your hands feel warm. However that makes you feel. However that makes you want to feel. Just for a couple of moments, just sit there. This won't take very long. This won't take more than a few minutes, because it's all they want to hear is the words, I want to meet my team. I want to meet my loved ones, and I want to talk to my guides. I want to experience the paranormal world and the pathways that we are walking down. It's very simple. You have to just give permission at first. Once you have the permission that you have given, I want you now all to start to make your way back. Find your way back to the stairs and come back. Together we come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You now begin to notice that my voice is the voice that you are hearing a lot more. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You now are back with me. And you may get yourself a little glass of water if you can, if you feel a little bit. That's very short, so you shouldn't have gone too deep. But it was about giving permission. It was about giving your team, your loved ones and guides, all that stand behind you, your guardian angels, permission. They just needed them words from you to come forward. Now, over the next couple of days, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Just say thank you. Thank you for coming forward. It's not going to be, you may not feel anything, but don't think it's not working. You do not, any of you, say it's not working. I haven't got the gift. You do have the gift. Everyone has the gift to talk to their loved ones in spirit. Everyone has the gift to talk to their guides and ask for guidance from their loved ones in spirit. But we have to follow a few rules. Cosmic law plays a big part in the spiritual journey. One of them is permissions, okay? And I always, even though it doesn't necessarily fit within cosmic law, always make sure you are protected when you start your journeys. You've all got your robes on at the moment. You don't have to have robes. I use a sleeping bag. Some people use bubbles. You can just cover yourself in anything, okay? At the end of this little journey, that we will remove the robe and leave it where it is, okay? Because that leaves the energy there, okay? So the things that we have to be aware about, okay, is the different clairs that you are about, okay? There's, you've all heard of clairvoyant, yeah? That is one of the most popular, clairvoyance, okay? And all clairvoyance stands for is clear seeing, okay? If you believe you've seen a spirit or something, that's a good chance that you could be clairvoyant. And you see auras, you see things. That's clairvoyancy, okay? You have clairaudience, hearing. If you hear clearly and you don't, that is clairaudience. If you hear the messages coming in through your ears, clairaudience. Okay, then you have clairsentient, feeling. This is the one that I use quite a lot within the paranormal ghost hunts that I do, because people stand and ask spirit to come forward. What do they feel? We've had people crying. Why are you crying? Because I feel like crying. Now that is clairsentient. If you feel anger, clairsentient. It's a feeling. It's a feeling, and you don't know why. One of the when I do my opening speeches at my ghost hunts, I always say, if you are standing there and everyone is laughing and joking, but you don't want to feel that. You feel anger or you feel sad. Always let the team leader know, because you are now the one that is going to open the story. You are the one that has spirit with you. Okay, so that is your clairsentient. Okay, then we have clairalliance. Okay, the smell. You know, how many times do we say, oh, did you smell the tobacco? Or I can smell my great nan's perfume. Christina is in the chat, and the other day that she said to me, I smelt my grandma's perfume in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the most random place. I just turned around and said, your grandma's with you. Okay, so that is clairalliance. Okay, I'm looking down because I've got my notes down there just in case I say it wrong. And people say, I haven't got the gift. There is no such thing as the gift. You are entitled to it. It's just unlocking it. It's deep within you. It's unlocking doors, unlocking this and unlocking that. This is a part of that. Okay. And then we have clairgustance. This is the worst one of the lot. Okay. Clairgustance is taste. How many times have I given readings, and being based in Essex, I get a lot of East London connections, and they love to give me roll mops. They love to give me cockles, and the taste is horrid. One of the things that I get if we're dealing with witchcraft, one of my little things is when I know that we're dealing with witchcraft, I get the taste of blood in my mouth. As I've walked through Epping Forest, I get the taste of blood in my mouth. So that's normally a good indication to me that we are dealing with potentially a witch or a witchcraft scenario. It also could mean there's been a death there as well, but you'd have to sort of work do it. But this is the one that this is me, okay, and it is claircognience. It's a clear knowing. Do I get people talk to me in my ear? No. Do I see with my third eye, my crown chakra? No. I know. I just know. So when I'm standing there on an investigation or giving a reading, the reading I'm giving you is just a no. I know. I know what I'm giving you is correct. And I know this person is dealing with me. So when I say that he's got long hair, blue eyes, I know he's got long hair, blue eyes. Can I see him? No. I just know. So it is the hardest one to deal with. Okay? For the sheer fact is that you have to separate your logical brain. Because our logic brain will always try to kick in. And our logic brain always wants to say, I can't do it. Because you do not trust what you're being told. You know, and there's always that part of you that says, oh, this, that, and the other. It could be this, it could be that. Trust the process. It's about the knowing. Okay? So we have to deal with all the clairs together. Okay, sometimes. So when I say, you know, I do use the other clairs, but my strongest is claircognience. Sorry, claircognience, just the knowing. That is how I deal with the spirit world. I just know. Do I use feeling? Of course I do. Do I use hearing? Of course I do. We use all of them, but one that you're always going to be pretty strong in one of them. I do believe that Simon sees a lot. We'll touch a little bit more on this on Friday night's program as well on the EGH Paranormal Talk Show. I think that'd be a good one to sort of open up with as well. But yeah, please be aware of all the clairs as you are working, because if you start to feel, just remember, it might be that you have to trust first. If you see, trust it first. Okay? Do not be afraid to question, but be honest with your questioning. Okay? Don't just default to it never happened. You need to structure down. You need to come down why that happened. Did I ask for that to happen? Did I ask for a sign? If you did, then trust the process that it worked. Okay? So now we've given permission, we're protected, okay? And then we know a little bit more about the clairs. Okay? So now we're putting a little bit of a picture together. We're putting a little bit of a working scenario together. This is, and I said at the beginning, this is not about it's going to work today. It's not going to work overnight. It's just a no. Just be honest. It's going to take time. There is no finish to this. You're never going to get. There's no such thing as a certificate in the paranormal world. If people want to tell you there's a certificate, they're talking crap. Okay? I can't prove that the dead exist, or we'd all be doing it. It wouldn't be the paranormal. I can link you to spirit. I can tell you what I see, but it's down to you to accept it. It's about the recipient recepting it. If that happens, don't question it. Because there is no wrong or right. Who am I in my own right to sit here and tell you that's how you've got to work? This is how it should be done. I remember my great teacher, Yvonne, said she always tried to teach us the way that she'd like us to do it. But I was always different. And I always said to her, I take your bits of how I've learned, but then I add my own bits. Sometimes when I'm doing my rostrum work or platform work, when I can stand up in front of people, I get screenshots in my face, in my eyes, my third eye, okay? My third eye, and I actually swipe them. It's like a technology screen. I can swipe forward, back. If I need to go older, if I need to get an older history, I can swipe back. So that's how sometimes I work. So you just have to accept at first. That's your first fault by coming in. What has Heidi put? You keep hearing all the time, even though you're on a high level of development, you develop all the time, and new things will happen, new things to learn. It's endless. Exactly, Heidi. There is no end to this. If someone tells you there is, there isn't. There really isn't. I'm just going to have a sip of water. I've been talking for half an hour without taking in a sip of water. I'm going to just go through some other bits with you as well that are important to your spiritual work. Well, what I believe is important is accepting yourself. Okay, before any reading I do, any spiritual work I do, anything to do with spiritual work, I make sure that I say some important words. Okay, and that is, I understand, I see, I talk, I love, I do, I feel, I am. Okay, and I just reiterate them to myself every day. It goes, I understand, I see, I talk, I love, I do, I feel, I am. Okay, so you have to accept yourself. You know, this is, even though it's not a gift that we've been given, it's a lovely gift to have, to give to others. That's the gift. That is the gift. The gift is to give to others. Scott said you'd done a reading for me, and I thought you was pretty amazing with what you come up with. It's not me, Scott. I'm just a tool. I'm no different to a hammer, a screwdriver. I'm the tool to get that job done. I listen, it comes out. If you take it, you take it. I'm only passing on the message from Spirit, and that's all you can do. That is all you can do. Don't force people. Don't force or don't. You don't have to. You don't have to prove to people. They either choose to like it or they don't. Why waste your energy in trying to prove to people? Why? That makes you using more energy. You're getting more wound up, and there's no need for it. Absolutely no need for it. Just give your message. They don't like it. They don't understand it. You've given what you believe Spirit has told you. And that is what Spirit wants, Scott. Well, I appreciate it, and I went away with a better feeling. And that is what Spirit want. Your team, your loved ones wanted to make you feel better, wanted you to believe in yourself. It's about the positive world that we are trying to, the spiritual world. The people that believe in this are trying to make a positive attunement. With all the bad things that have gone on over the last 2 years, and I can't see it getting any better, it only seems to be getting worse. The one constant that I have within my world is the spiritual realm. And if that makes people like Scott appreciate and make you feel happy, I'm just the tool. I am just that tool that deciphers whatever how you see it. Is it my claircognizance? Is it my taste, my smell? Is it one of the clairs that just deciphering that message to you? That loved one, that guide, whoever wanted to get it to you, and it was just me at the time that did it. Yes, we all like thanks and we all like appreciation, but really the appreciation comes from them. And I always point to the back because that's where they stand. And they're around me now. They're around you all now. It's not simple. It's far from simple. But the thing is, it's just how you believe in it, guys. You need to believe it. What is the difference, if any, between a sensitive and a clair? Matt, to be honest with you, I don't think there is a difference. I think a sensitive person is starting their pathway onto it, onto the knowing, onto the feelings. It's that opening of the door. Okay, it's that opening of the door. Okay, it's just coming through. Okay, it's that starting off. You begin to feel. We all know when Spirit is around, that feeling, okay? Clairalliance, when we get goosebumps. So I've gone goosebumpy, okay? I know someone is around me. That's sensitive. You are sensitive to Spirit. And I think it's unjust to call someone a sensitive. I've been lucky enough to work with you, Matt, at Shepton Mallet, and I would put you far above sensitive because of how you dealt with the situation and how you allowed Spirit to sort of use you as the feeling. So I just think the word for sensitive is that you know it exists, you know it, you do know certain little things, and you're just starting your journey. I just think it's unjust a little bit because I think you are all far more than just a sensitive person to Spirit. I think we can all be sensitive to it. It's just how you then take them next steps up. that's just my opinion, Matt. But I know, I will sense and I feel that your sensitive pathway is a little bit higher than what you may want to believe it is. So that is my take on it. That is my take on it. The information is a bit different. When you do readings, you use your clairs. You do use your clairs. I just think we sit clear into the sensitive realm. So yeah, that would be my take on that, Matt. I should put the question up for everybody to see, shouldn't I? Really, but I didn't. I do forget sometimes because it's not the radio show. I ain't got my headphones on, which is a bit different tonight. The one thing that I'm just sort of going to start to sort of end with as well, okay, is what is important is your chakras, okay? Your chakras. If you don't know what your chakras are, it's what you are made up of spiritually, okay? And you're made up with your crown, sits above your head. It's made up of your third eye, okay? It's made up of your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra. Okay, I wish I could have a picture to show up on the screens for you, but I haven't, unfortunately. I should have prepared that a little bit more, but I haven't. But I just want to sort of just touch on the chakras because they are quite important. So I'm going to start off with, from the top, is your crown chakra, okay, which is your higher self. Okay, that's how I believe it. It sits just above your head. It's where your opening beam of light, where it comes from, how spirit work. That I think that's where the entrance level is. Okay, it's called the crown chakra. It's on the top of your head. It's a violet or a white color. And when I say the colors, it's you may see them colors. You may see them in auras. If you look at someone and you see a colour around them, okay, just pay attention to that, okay? Because once again, that is our way in to spirit, okay? Our spirit connection completes and completelessness and beauty. There has got certain names, but I can't read them. It is the Shashara. If I'm saying that right, someone will correct me, but I don't really know the Sanskrit's names of them. Okay, so they're a bit over my head. I only know them as the layman's terms of them. But if that becomes unbalanced, so when we talk about balance, if you put a straight line down the middle of you, from top to bottom when you stand up, they will all be in line, from top to bottom. If it's a little bit out, one of your chakras is a little bit out, you may get some aches and pains and difference. So if your crown chakra is out, slightly unbalanced, okay, it will cause headaches, migraines, light sensitive, neurological problems, and a bit of confusion. Okay, so we can balance them up. Okay, we can balance them up. So we're going to move on. Okay, we move down. We move to our third eye, okay, which is an indigo colour, and it fits right exactly where it is, right in the middle between our two eyes. It's for the meaning of the energy is for focus, decision making, the ability to think and use our intentions. Now, when we talk about clairvoyancy, that is exactly where this comes. It's the seeing. And when people say they see spirit, maybe or maybe not, they're not seeing it through their third eye. They're seeing it through the mind's eye. Okay, they may not just be seeing, they're not like with our eyes, but with this eye, and you can see just as clearly. Okay, so if you're out slightly with your third eye chakra, you could be having nightmares. You could be having sleep issues. So just be aware of that eye and ear problems because it fits there. Okay, so we are going to move down as well. We're coming into the throat chakra. Now, the throat chakra is a chakra that you would use if you was a trance medium. Another day for that, but that's what you would. It's blue. Obviously, it sits right where it is. Our ability to communicate and express ourselves. Very, very good. If you're going to put crystals, if you're doing meetings, if like when I stand up in front of people and talk, I always have a blue crystal, a turquoise, blue lapis, or anything like that to help me communicate with. That is, it's nervousness. Okay, it could also mood swings with your throat chakra, and it also is a good sign that you could have a bit of a cold and flu. We're moving down, obviously, to our heart, which is green. The ability to love. Okay, what better is your heart? Your heart chakra. Okay, it is unforgiving. Okay, and shoulder pain if it is unbalanced. Okay, very good rose quartz crystal for that, and malachite. Okay, that is for your heart. Now, the one that goes unspoken about in my eyes, far too, and they normally talk about your crown and your root being your very important ones. Now, this one for me, the solar plexus. Okay, this fits right on your stomach. Okay, is in your gut. Now, that gives you, it controls your confidence. Okay, it's yellow. Now, if this is the chakra that I feel that needs to be paid attention to more than any, because of trusting your gut. When someone says, when you know that that person isn't right, when you know there's something not right about that person, where is that coming from? Your gut. Trust your gut. Where did the saying, trust your gut, trust your intuition? That is where that comes from. Okay, so if you do suffer from a bit of an upset stomach or indigestion problems, lack of concentration, that is situated within your solar plexus. So if that one is out, then you need to adjust quickly, in my eyes. Okay, it's just my opinion, because we all use this. Spiritual or non-spiritual believers always trust their gut. And that's what I say. Non-believers sometimes do believe, but they don't know they believe. Then we're going to move into our sacral chakra. It sits just below the abdominal area. Okay, our concentration, our ability to accept others' well-being. If you have any addictions or urine or kidney problems, that can sort of signify that your that sacral chakra is out of place, and it is orange in colour. Okay, and it's also the yin and yang, that one as well. Now, the root. Okay, the root is, we all know where that is. It's on the base of the spine or on your feet. Okay, it is the root. It is the thing that connects you to the earth. That is the important one that I believe is your crown, sacral, and your root. Not to say they're not all important, but I prioritise them. That is the ones that for me would be the most important. And if your root is unbalanced, is what I would find is you have a bit of back pain, but you will drop things. If you feel that you are unbalanced, when we all go to put our keys in the door and drop them, you pick them up, you go again, you drop them. One of your chakras is probably unbalanced, and I can guarantee you that would probably be your root chakra. Yes, can lack of sleep affect your chakras? Absolutely. I'll just go back to, I do believe that it was that could be unbalanced was your third eye. Okay, so if you are having troubles sleeping, it will induce nightmares and sleeping disorders. So if any of you are sort of not sleeping, you're having nightmares, maybe try, and it's all just do there at the beginning, even if you are new into this, sit there, place your hands and your feet down, So you sit down, feet on the floor, put your hands on your knees, and ask your team to realign your chakras. Okay? Just spend a couple of minutes to focus in on your chakras. Okay? So the root is good to focus in meditation for manifesting to absolutely. I find it very, very important, that one. And that is, and also I always say the root is probably, for me, is where your protection comes from. Okay? Your protection comes from your root because you're drawing up the earth's energy. Your protection is your earth's energy. Okay? So, that is sort of just a very, very brief outline into how I would start your journeys into spiritualism. Okay? If you want to connect to spirit. If you've come on events with me and our team, you'll notice that how we're different. We're a little bit different. We use you as our tools. We want spirit to come towards you. We want you to have the interaction. So we use your aura. Okay, so an aura is an actual scientific thing. So if there's any scientists on the chat, that this is actually proven. It is your energy. It is your electrical pulse that sits about 2 inches around you in a bubble. So if you put a 2-inch line all the way around you, okay, that is your aura. Now people can see your aura. Clairvoyants can see your auras. If they will pick a colour, they will see a colour within your aura. Match that up with your chakras. Match it. Because that's what it's very important to do. Now, as spiritual people, we are trained and learned to be able to push the auras in and push the auras out. Push the auras in and push the auras out. But that is a lot further down the line. Okay, starting your journeys in to the spiritual pathway. It's just first and foremost meditation. Okay, and learning energies, what they feel like, goosebumps. When that old adage was a goose stood on my grave or someone stood on my grave. Very good chance spirit is close because it's making you go goosebumpy. Very goosebumpy. Okay, we all know that feeling. So I hope this has sort of helped you a little bit. I say we'll try and do a few more over the next coming weeks. Just a little bit. I only want to do a short one tonight. I didn't want to do a long one because I think we've all got to find our own ways, and we can all open doorways. We can always keep the bits open. So I will just open doorways, and it's for you to walk through them doors. We'll do them we'll try and do one a week, okay, for about an hour or 50 minutes to an hour, just to see how you get on. Okay, I generally get a tingling feeling. Evening, Craig. Thank you, Matt, for watching. Thank you, Sarah. Cheers, Scott. See you Saturday night. First event of the year, Saturday night, guys, at Stephen's house. I've got 2 tickets available. Go over to www.essexghosthunters.co.uk if you want to join us on an event. Louise, I generally get a tingle feeling when spirit is near. Now, that is all that is, in my opinion, is your aura, and spirit also has an aura, and they've just connected and they've come away to let you know that they're there. It's the vibration of your aura. That's how I feel that works. That's how I like to see that happening. But honestly, guys, if we do this on a regular basis over the next couple of weeks, please join us. Please join us. And if you've got an opinion, if you've got something that you'd like to mention, if I'm mentioning something that you do differently, pop it on the chat. Because I'm always learning. Everyone's learning. There is no end to this. There is no end to this. So we always need to pull together, because someone else's opinion or way of method of working could benefit you. And when you see mediums and teachers and want to teach online, this is how you do it. This is how you should do it. This is how you do it. I don't know if there is a guy that normally I listen to, and he spoke to me about a well-known place that you can go to learn. And he just said is what he didn't like is the structure that they were trying to give him. The structure of how they wanted you to work. They never had well, if you can communicate, it's how you use it. Okay, it's different when you're giving messages, and you have to be a little bit diplomatic. You have to be careful of how you say things, but that is what you say. That is how you come across. But please, guys, don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you haven't got the gift, if you want to call it a gift. Everyone has. Everyone can do it. Open the doors. Let spirit in. Do it safely. Ask for protection. And then talk to your loved ones and talk to your team. All right. Craig has put, Russ, I have missed most of this. Will you be posting this on YouTube straight after? Yes, it will stay on YouTube. I don't delete anything. It will be on Facebook as well. I don't delete anything either. So Heidi has put, thank you, Russ. Give my love to everyone your end. Enjoy Saturday, my twin, and have birthdays on Sunday. Happy birthday for Sunday, Heidi, if I forget. But no, honestly, guys, this will be up. It will stay posted up as well. I don't take anything down. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. I don't think I know what I say is what I say. I believe in what I say. There will be people out there that don't. But you know what? As I said at the beginning, I'm not special. I'm far from special. I just have, I've just learned how to get the message from your loved ones, your guides, your teams across to you, because some people are just still getting out to get that way forward. So thank you ever so much for everybody that is watching. It's a great pleasure that you always come along, and I'll try and get back on next Wednesday or Tuesday, but I'll try and put a post out beforehand so you can sort of prepare yourself. It was a bit of off the cuff tonight, so I hope you've enjoyed it, but please go away now, jump onto YouTube, look for some meditation music, look for some guided meditation. I probably get thrown off for saying this, but Tony Stockwell, Meet Your Guides on YouTube. Very good guided meditation, because it takes you down the steps, okay, to how to sort of meet your guides and your feel. All right. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Thank you ever so much. See you later. God bless. And Spirit loves you. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.